Lackluster and confusing are words you can describe 1999, all of it to say. 1999 is honestly an interesting quest, but I'm not only going to talk about the quest, I'll talk about the content they dropped with it and the unfortunate shit they are decided to do with it, which is basically delaying probably the most wanted thing, which is infested liches. So unfortunately there is about half to this whole update and the rest is yet to be released, which honestly, is extremely stupid to me. They had all this time and yet they still fumbled the bag. But let me get this nitpick out the way and actually talk about the content that's available. The content released in this update was rather lackluster in my honest opinion. To start, let's talk about the new content island that came with this drop. The missions are mostly reskins with somewhat cool enemies in my honest opinion, especially this one. Though as cool as most of these enemies are, it doesn't save the fact we're still in this pretty unchanged tile set of stuff to do. I mean, the first fucking mission in the quest is quite literally extermination, one of the most brain-numbing missions to do honestly. The only changed thing about this whole thing is being able to summon a cool vehicle that is unfortunately rather annoying to drive in the tile set due to the cramped spaces and just how much clutter there is. The extermination of this specific tile set is lame. The end. Moving on, let's talk about the survival reskin. I mean the game mode Hell Scrub. So, in this game mode the life support capsules have a new look. And over time actually began to get infested to the point of becoming their own enemy. Very cool. Also this is random but the life support things look really cool. Anyway, it's just survival but more chaotic. The time-gated mission rewards are kinda okay in my opinion. It drops weapon parts including the recon effects and the Vesper 77, both weapons to my knowledge are seemingly not all that bad. However, the fact you have to wait for these drops and how low the chances for the parts to drop are, make it not very fun to run this said mission. Plus, it only drops the receiver, barrel and stock of these weapons, so have fun with that. At least the mission has cool ass enemies in it and at least can drop Mezzo and Neo relics, though it still won't help its rating, which is gonna be a fat fucking 3 out of 10. Reason being, okay, well that's pretty fucking negative, but maybe this other game mode I'm gonna cover will be a little more positive, right? Fuck no. Honestly, for the next game mode, I'll cover it will be Legacite Harvest. This odd game mode being a capture the target mixed with mobile defense, mixed with whatever you want to call it. I'm glad it's new, but long term it gets kind of tedious and boring. The mechanic of the Legacite being able to do the unique ability of a warframe is very cool, and I personally enjoy that, but aside from all this the rewards feel once again, lackluster. To say the least, not much indo, plenty of other relic farms which are far more efficient in the usual weapon parts. Honestly, there's not much you could say about the mission, it's fine for a second, and you never touch it again due to how boring it gets. 5 out of 10 mission rating. The concept is, again, extremely unique, but the rewards don't carry it at all, and the enemies are rather easy to kill, making this a slog to run as Calamos's slow self can't be buffed to move faster. Now that's out of the way, we should probably talk about the abysmal add-on of a game mode ever added, Face Off. Face Off is one of the lamest game modes ever added, in my honest opinion. The potential that was present in this game mode could have been executed so well, but unfortunately the best we got was a clunky Conclave, Gambit, ripoff. The funny part is they put most of the good rewards in this exact mission, the one you will never play unironically unless you are already into Conclave, like holy shit. How does one fumble this hard and do this, but at least the rewards can be earned elsewhere. The mission is basically to do specific objectives faster than the other squad. Sounds good in paper, right? Except it is so fucking clunky. Another issue I personally experienced was how slow the progress of some of the missions I was tasked with was and how slow the progress of them was. Like, for example, the one where you had to focus on killing specific enemies was dreadfully slow, and doing it during the quest was the most unfun, boring thing ever to occur to me, and the dumb things the enemy team sent to your side to stop you felt like it sent you back hours, and this was just one of the game modes you were forced to play in the quest, so I can only imagine the rest. The benefit, however, in doing this Conclave mission is you don't have to fight Tenno, aka other players, and you get Conclave standing at least. Anyway, you can probably guess I'm going to rank this mission pretty low, so I'll just get to it. My ranking for this exact mission will be a whopping 3 out of 10. This game mode is dreadfully boring and doesn't incentivize you to ever return to it other than you being extremely bored and having nothing better to do. It is honestly such a bore, this update, maybe only for me, but it's just not a good game mode. I am unsure as to why all these new game modes are always nothing actually new, just a different color applied to it with no good rewards ever there. To summarize, this whole content island is so forgettable, and all the other missions that I haven't covered are missions done before. To tie this off, the dating sim is okay, I don't really mind it, but the fact that there's relatively no content and just dating sim content you're stuck with to progress the standing is so pathetic. I'd give this part of the update fluff out of 10 out of 10. Moving on, Cytone 9. The new warframe, he's really good. I love him, and he's the best part of this update, 9 out of 10. He's knocked from a 10 due to being a part of 1999, and yeah, the final thing I'll cover is the boss. I'll be super fast about it. The boss is a good boss with cool mechanics other than shooting at the boss and being brain dead. The other things in this boss are also very good as well, especially the second phase, as well as the use of unique mechanics, such as the missile launcher you could use in the boss. Also, the fact you get a headpiece for the orbiter from killing it in SP is very cool. Other than that, the nitpick I have with the boss is the fact it's a fat bullet sponge for a while, making this boss unfortunately miss out on the 10 out of 10 rating, earning it an 8 out of 10. If you made it this far in the video, thanks! I'm sorry I didn't upload more often, I got super lazy, so if you actually did watch to the end, thanks! I know the second half of the update is coming, but I don't really care, I'll cover it, but it most likely will not bring me back at all, so yeah. But I will cover it. Anyway, have a good day, or don't. Choice is yours, always. Also remember Rebecca is fumbling these updates, she is literally the director and chooses this trash to go through.